ourselves a pretty heavy dew on the Jeep, and we're off to go and get a gun course done today. Okay, let's do that. Plug it in here. Try not to break it today. Alright, let's get going. What are you beeping at? Oh, we could use the seat here. Where are they? Heated seat. Heated wheel. Alright. Ooh la la, it's cold out. And we might as well put the defroster on this morning too. And we'll warm it up to 22. Oh man. So I got an hour and 20 minutes to get there to be on time. Coffee, sandwiches. Oh, plug my mobile in before I go. Don't have a mobile, but plug this old there we go. You can't see Dick here. I don't think you guys can either. There's the road. There we are. Okay. That's east, where the sun's coming up. The direction we're heading. Just make sure there's nobody freaking bomb along here. Okay, we're good. I didn't wait. Okay. So I won't run this for very long, so that I can turn it on after I come back. So I'll be coming back at 5 o'clock. It's 8 now. Quarter to 8. There. Let's put that on too. Get that defroster thing going here. Big time. So for people that have to work in the city from out here, they've got to drive straight into the sun. And when they come home, it's the opposite. You got to drive home into the sun. I wouldn't like that myself. There we go. Okay. Of a sleep last night. I don't know why it's all of a sudden it's got so difficult. Just the way it is, I guess. But it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. And there was a turkey out in the field. Seen the bear last night. Seen there was 2 groups of whitetails. There was a group of 3 and a group of 2. Which is nice. Friend is up. Wave anyway. I can't see out the window, and it's hard to see into the sun. Oh, it's got the tractor going. Everybody should have their wood in by now. So I have no idea what the procedures are here because it is government. This is a government-run course from the Department of Natural Resources on behalf of the Liberal government who I believe enacted these rules. So everybody has to get I think they call it a PAL now. They called it an FAC before, which I was going to bring. Forgot. Can always bring it tomorrow if I need to. An FAC is a Firearms Acquisition Certificate, of which I had to get approved for that so that I could possess guns. And when we went to the Middle East, they changed it. They call it a PAL, which is I don't know, personal acquisitions license or something. Beats me, but I think it's just a tax money or just a money to grab. Anyway, I'm in deep thought, trying to carefully choose my words. Be mindful. You know, all of that. So once we get out to the main road here, I'll turn this off. That way I can listen to the radio on the way over there. And you guys, I can turn it on the way back. And you can see the road from the other direction. It takes me a good hour and 5 minutes to get there, approximately. So, there's one thing I don't like is to being late. My wife, man, I'm telling you, that's her second. I think that's her middle name. Late. Ever since I was a kid, my dad drilled it into us. Don't be late. Better off 10 minutes early in this world than 5 minutes late in the next, or something he'd always say. Not sure how that goes. So I'd show up no matter. And then you'd have to sit around and fidget for depending upon how early you are. But that's the way it is. Yeah, boy, sees not a cloud in the sky. And guess we can cool that off now. The windshield looks good. It's an awful freaking far place to go to get this course out of the way. They usually have them in Burtts Corner, which would have been just a drive down. I could have been there usually being over an hour early instead of having to travel an hour. Plus, I got to go back tomorrow. Except this time, it'll be from 1 o'clock to 7. Which will be all right on a Sunday. And as you can see, there's no traffic here at all. We don't have a rush hour. There we go. The dump. Beautiful out. I said that though. Excuse me for that. It'll be a beautiful morning. House. Okay, so I'm going to turn you guys off for a while, and I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, here we go. Ooh, hot in here. Very interesting. There we go. Okay, we just left. It's 4:30. We're done early. And we're on our way home. Very interesting. Learned a few things about the old Firearms. It cost me 70 some odd dollars for the course, plus I have to spend an extra 60 and probably tax on top of that to go and send my paperwork in to get the actual PAL, it's called, Possession Acquisition License, for starters. They had all kinds of different firearms there that were inoperable, but they had the 5 basic types, plus they had a couple of muzzle loaders there. Alright, let's get out of here. So we're in Harvey, and we're on our way back, and we can cool this thing off. It's 22 degrees out. Yada. And I got to be back here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, we can go faster here somewhere. There it is, right here. Now, surprisingly, half the people that were there There was 3 or 4 old guys, including myself, a bunch of younger folks, and some kids. And half of everybody was, if not more than half, I think were women or female. That was really interesting. So let's... My back's killing me from standing around. So I do have a little bit of studying to do when I get home. And one good thing that came out of this today is with a pumped shotgun. They're kind of, I had one before, I didn't like it, but I guess it's getting to understand how they operate. You become a little bit more familiar with it. It's a little more comfortable. But being left-handed, I've got a whole pile of complications, especially when you have firearms that are mostly right-handed. I do have some left-handed ones, but well, I don't really have any firearms yet. Strange as it may be. So tomorrow we'll find out you have to have 80% on your written and your, I guess you'd call that your field test, your practical, and that'll be it. So it shouldn't be too bad tomorrow. Depends what kind of mood these the rangers are in when they come here. It's my son's place. So this is good. We get to go home. Get to check the camera over the hill. And I'm thinking there might be something on there. I'm hoping anyway. The building that we were in, it's a community call for the town of Harvey. The amount of mosquitoes flying around inside there, it's amazing. I wonder where they're coming from. But the structures were good. There's 2 old guys and a middle-aged guy who was a teacher at the local high school here at one time. Oh, them folks has got horses there. Another place for sale. Lots of places for sale on this road. I'd have to check the Google map, but I would suspect there's quite a few deer and moose in this area here. One of the carpenters we hire, they have 300 acres up here off the side of this highway, and I think his son owns another 300 that's attached. That's living good. Oh. Long day. I had a thermos full of coffee. It was really strong. It had 5 tablespoons of coffee in it. It's 5 cups, this thermos. Holy frig, man, I'm telling you. When that stuff wore off, I couldn't stop yawning to save my life. But we got through it. You fish. The guy has Arctic char in his pond there. So he must have found a way to get the fish down here. I find that quite odd, actually, because it's not native here. Like if you have rainbow trout, yeah. I'm not sure if you can buy brook trout and speckled trout and all these other kinds, but I suppose if there's a procedure to go through to get the license to be able to have them here. And that's one of the premium Canadian fish. Man, I'm tired. Oh, we're getting close to the highway here. If you do come to New Brunswick, come see this place. It's called King's Landing. They took a bunch of buildings from early 19th century, 18th century, whatnot. A couple of Corvettes there. And they built a historical village. It's pretty neat to see. I mean, they have them all over the place, but this one in particular, they have live actors there. They play different roles like school teachers, farmers, miners, printers, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty neat. I've been there a few times over the years. If you have a problem walking, you might not want to do that. I'm not sure if they have there's more vets. What's going on here? Pretty neat to see, just the same. This highway I'm on here, it's also goes right to United States and a border crossing. But to get into here quicker, you'd go up through what we call Woodstock. I'm not sure the name of the crossing up there, but it's a better highway than this. It's because it's 4-lane. It gets you on our better highway system right off the bat. What was surprising with all the people there today was how far that some of these people came. Most of them, or quite a few of them, traveled at least an hour to get there. Some nice looking properties along here. So that's one way to Fredericton. This is the main Trans-Canada Highway that we're going over. And then we're going to go to the old Trans-Canada Highway. Just up here. Holy smokes. There we go. This is the St. John River. This is called Longs Creek Bridge. Oh, they didn't pick up that dead animal yet. Pretty flat. Oh, that's a bird. Oh, come on, you guys. There's a nice house up in there. What's everybody going so freaking slow for here? There, we don't want to be diddling around forever here. To get by this guy too. There. is where Granny lives, off to the left here. Jerry and Kathy live on the right. They got 400 acres, maybe 5, he wasn't sure. That must be nice. Oh, wow. A few boaters. This guy here on the left, that's his boathouse up there. And a 3-car garage. He's got, he owns, or might still own, they make mobile homes in the city of Fredericton. Oh, wow. Crab Mountain. That's the ski hill you can see from Sheepy Hollow. Oh, wow. It's a long day for an old guy sitting there in a classroom. They had an interesting fact that I found out I gotta check out later. They given away these little door prizes during the course. And I don't know where they get the stuff from, but it was kind of neat that they did it anyway. They gave a guy a gun sock. And apparently, when you're coming out of the woods, and if it's dark out and it's past hunting, you're supposed to have your gun, your firearm, actually, which would be a shotgun or a rifle, inoperable. So it has to go into a sock that you can lock up while you carry it out. I never heard of anything so foolish in my life, but I guess that's just the way it is. Who we got here? John Williamson. Never heard of him. We got a big election coming up here in 9 more days. I think it is on the 20th. Today's the 11th or something. Oh, 9/11. Yeah, 20 years ago today. Sad that something had happened and it changed the way our lives are. Another one of those. As big as COVID was, in a way. So, this morning they mentioned that 24 Canadians died with the 3,000 people that died in the World Trade Center. Pretty sad, all told, for everybody. I remember the day that happened. My sister-in-law called me. She said, what kind of car is that? Told me, and she says, somebody just flew a plane into the World Trade Center. And I thought, I didn't think much of it, actually. Because I remember years ago that somebody did that with a light aircraft. I think it was in Texas somewhere. Not sure. And it turned out that some guy committed suicide, and he flew his plane into a high-rise, and he wanted to kill his ex-wife or his girlfriend or something like that. But when we turned on, she told me to better watch the news, so I turned it on just in time to see the second plane hit the other tower, and I couldn't believe what I saw. That was I imagine just like everybody else, we're just left speechless. And then I remember I still smoked cigarettes and cigars and stuff like that back then. I went outside that night, and I used to smoke outside a lot, because I wasn't allowed in the house anymore. I used to smoke in the bedroom, in my office. Anyway, the lack of planes, it was really, like, I couldn't imagine. Because where we were living is right in the flight path of the local airport, and there was no planes anywhere for days. Sad. Oh boy. I'm looking forward to this. It gets all set and done here, that I'm finished up with this course. It can take up to 8 months to get your actual certificate, of which will allow me to buy ammunition and firearms. I'm not sure, but I think I can buy a scope if I wanted one. Because I would like to replace this one that I put on my 22, but I don't. There we go. Look at all these people going on. What time is it here? 5 o'clock. People coming home from work. Oh, and welcome to the new subscribers. Before I forget, we got 521. We got a long way to go. Yeah, watch out for the firemen here. for the little walk. There we go. Oh, somebody must have bought the van that was on the corner for sale. Beautiful. Just, I love living in New Brunswick. Yes. I see the guy took the guy on the left used to have tires on his roof. Looks like he cleaned it up a little bit. The Holy Hope Plain. This particular section of this road along here, you got to be careful because there's deer here, lots of them. Mind you, I haven't seen one here for a while, but you always hear reports of people running into them here. Yeah, where are you from, folks? You watch the channel. Why don't you tell me where you're from? The old fella there with taking a solar panel out for a walk. There's some pretty views here. I don't think you can see it so much from the camera angle, but you might be able to see here. Yeah, a little bit. A little hilly. I like that. I gotta check the camera out as soon as I get home. I'll go down and swap the memory cards. And, if lucky, we might have something on there today, which I'll show at the end of this video. One of our instructors was talking about his place. His birthday's today, and last night he had a bear come and ripped open his garbage and hauled it off partway into the woods and then just made a big mess. I'd be quite lucky as far as the garbage goes, because we take it out to the road the night before and I tie it up to the mailbox. Knock on wood, nobody's nothing's been into it anyway. Now, to be legal, I've got to have a red hat, and I got to go get myself a vest, and I got to get the big one, because it's got to be able to fit over my winter jacket if I'm going to go hunting, and I might. We'll see if we can get a partridge or something. I don't know if you're allowed to do that or not with YouTube. I know you're not supposed to mention anything about pew-pews, and you know. Someday somebody's going to come scooting down through.
That's all, folks.
I'll be back.